Hello everybody and welcome back to the Day 2 update video for the Bladestorm Champion League Start Guide. We are now finally finished yellow and red map progression. I think last night before bed I did the Eater and Exarch Watchstone run. We made a couple of gear upgrades. We are now level 90. I'll talk about all that in just a second. On the screen right now, you should be seeing some footage of me doing some maps. The build is feeling a lot faster. We finally got the Perseverance unique belt, which means we have permanent onslaught. We finished Uber Lab, which means we have adrenaline on demand. So the build is feeling a little bit fast. I will say though, the single target damage is starting to feel lackluster. Now I do have a couple of ideas on how we're going to fix this, but it is going to require a little bit of investment. We're going to need new weapons, we're going to have to swap out Purity of Elements for an offensive aura, we might need a Watcher's Eye, and we also will probably need to get a 6-link because the 5-link is no longer going to cut it once you are doing your T16 maps, and if you want to start doing, some of the juicier content. But anyways, I'll show you more footage near the end of the video. Let's talk about the character. So we're still using Sinvictus Metal here. I didn't even 20% quality it, my bad. Now it's a little late, now I need to upgrade my weapon. We did invest into a 5-link chestplate. This is a base I bought for 30 Chaos. It's a Royal Plate base, and then I 5-linked it myself, and then we threw some essences on it until we got some resistances and life. Could I have bought one for cheaper? Probably, but I really don't like trading in this game, so if and when I can make something myself, I usually end up doing just that. Like I mentioned, we do have the Perseverance belt. This is a perfect belt, guys. I thought this would be more expensive with all the hype champion I was getting. This was like 12 Chaos for a perfectly rolled belt. Maybe the prices have gone up now, I'm not sure, I'll have to check. But yeah, this was cheap, and it's made our build feel quite good with the permanent onslaught. We also have the Hemophilia Serpent Scale Gloves. Basically what this is doing is giving our attacks a chance to bleed, and then bleed enemies will explode, and that'll be a little bit of corpse removal and a little bit of clear speed buff. Everything else here should be relatively the same. We have some good rings. I didn't have to make these myself. These were found from the Mercenaries mechanic. They have well-rolled items, so you're going to find a lot of items with resistances and life neatly packaged onto a rare item for you. They can be a lot better though, so I should invest some of my currency into making better jewelry quite soon. No Eldritch Implicits yet. Those are pretty expensive on day 1 and 2. These boots are from the campaign. I really should find better boots, guys. I'm a little bit of the mentality that if it's not broken, then you don't need to fix it. So we are still cap resists. Chaos resist is above 0, so things are working just fine. We've removed one of our life flasks and put in a sulfur flask instead, and then we've replaced our silver flask for the quartz flask for phasing. And that's it for the gear upgrade. I think some of my support gems are level 20 now. I'm going to have to do a quality recipe, so for those of you guys that don't know, once your support gems are level 20, you take a gem cutter's prism, and then you vendor your 20 support gem. Alright, this doesn't work on active skills, guys. With a gem cutter's prism, and it's going to give you back the same gem, but it's level 1, and then it has 20% quality. So now we can start leveling this up again, and this should be a little bit of damage boost from all our supports once I have that locked in. In terms of character, we are level 90, we have 5,700 life almost, we still have no intelligence, lol, and we still haven't bothered fixing our sockets, so we're using Blood Rage on cast and damage taken instead of automation. Here's the currency stash tab. We have 3 divines, guys. I found one from the Death and Taxes unique map, and then I found one from a mercenary, and then I found one randomly while mapping. The chaos we've been generating from the Mercenaries mechanic and the chaos recipes. So if you see here, I should have a chaos recipe tab that I am filling out as I go. I'm trying to take these things casually. I'm not like min-maxing the chaos recipe tab. It's very annoying if you are doing that. I just try to do like 1 chaos recipe per map, if at all, and it adds up over time. Nothing else here worth talking about. We have some harvest life force that I guess I will mention whenever we get into the Atlas section of the video. Here is the Atlas progression. You can see 106 out of 115. We have our 2 Watchstones. And for our Atlas strategy, the one that we've been using is the Kirak map sustain one. This is with a little bit more points spent. So I think for the first 50 points, we stopped right here, right, the bottom half of the tree. With the remaining points, we are now at 114 out of 132. I've gone ahead, I've gotten Trial of Glory. These things sell for like 3 to 4 chaos every time you find one, so that's also how I've been getting some chaos. Then we've gotten some shrines. This makes your map faster. We also invested into Packed with Energy. I'm going to start using Sulfite Scarabs soon, and every time you get a Sulfite node, it's going to give you damage and move speed, making your map even faster. It just requires the investment of the Sulfite Scarab. Since we need to go in the middle here to get item quantity and rarity, I passed through the Essence. So if we find Essences, they'll be Shrieking, guaranteed. And then we also took red altars in this side of the tree. We have not run them yet. I think I want to make some gear upgrades before I do T14 red altars for a mapping strat. But yeah, that is my map sustain Atlas Tree 1. For Atlas Tree 2, I haven't revisited this since I finished my Watchstones. So you can see here I have 32 points to spend. I ended up getting Essences, and then I ended up getting Harvest, and I was running them in yellow maps. They weren't very lucrative, guys. I honestly would not recommend doing this without scarabs, but the strategy does lend itself nicely when you do get access to the scarabs, so it's not wasted points by any means. I'm not sure what to do with 32 points. I'll, do that before I upload the video. And then we also have our third Atlas tree that I have no idea what to do with. I'm going to have to look at what other creators and people are doing, see what the meta is and what the economy is like, and then we'll figure out what to do with these points. Now, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. We are running the Petrified Blood low life setup. So if you go to our passive skill tree, you'll see that I've spent the last couple levels filling out life nodes everywhere on the tree. So we got all the little life nodes for now, and that is increasing our maximum life. And then we took the First to Strike, Last to Fall, which is giving us Adrenaline on low life. So if I want to proc Adrenaline, all I have to do is get my character to low life, and then you see, bam, Adrenaline is on, right? And then once it expires, I use a health pot, and then I do it again. So essentially, whenever I want to use Adrenaline, I use my health pot, and we are good to go. The Bloodthirst is giving us a little bit of damage from being on low life, but like I said earlier, guys, the single target damage is starting to fade out. I think next I'm going to get a rare Despot Axe. That is going to be my first goal. Then we are going to get a 6-link. And then we're going to swap out of Purity of Elements, which usually means getting a rare Essence crafted pair of boots that has some sort of shock avoidance, which then you can use a jewel to get ailment immunity from. I forget the name of the jewel. I think it's Storm Shroud or something like that. But that is the goal right now. And then we also want to get Hemophilia with vulnerability on hit, so we don't have to press another button. We also have War Banner finally set up. So for the Eater and Exarch fight, you'll see that I'm using War Banner for a little bit of more situational damage. Alright, the next thing I want to do is do a video on Delve. So you'll see here that this is my first time in the Azurite Mine. Let's talk to Nico, and then you go into the Azurite Mine. Where is the little map that shows up? Okay, so here's the map. Because we are level 90, the game has auto-cleared us towards depth level 101, monster level 80. With a little bit of gear upgrades, I think we can delve up to 250, no problem. We might not have damage for the single target boss nodes, but everything else is fair game. So I think I want to make my next video on how to progress delve and maybe how to make some money from it. This is not something I know how to do, so it's going to be a learning process for me as well. But that's basically most of the content on this channel anyways. So yeah, let's learn about things together. And then the last thing we can talk about is the mercenaries. I have this guy over here from like Act 9, I think. He's no longer good for anything, so let's dismiss him. We did find a high-level mercenary here. This is level 77. He has Determination, and he does, like, taunts and stuff. The Determination aura is nice. He doesn't do a lot of damage otherwise, so I don't really see the need to have him in my party just yet. But they are a lot of fun. They are very useful, and in T16 maps, they're a little bit deadly. I think I got a clip of me finding a Divine on a mercenary and just immediately getting one-shot.
Brace yourself! Better dead than in chains.
So that was pretty sad and funny at the same time. But I'm going to keep my eyes on this mechanic. As soon as I feel like these guys are worth using, we're going to put them on and we're going to use them for maps, for delve, and for everything else we're doing. But that is it for this video, guys. Lots more stuff coming up soon. I hope things have been going well for you. Please do let me know in the comments below how your League starters are going. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon with a new video. Bye!